to my childhood bedroom. Yes, those are pictures from childhood on the wall. And this is my closet that used to be much more full than it is today. But I am finally present. I am here in small town Wisconsin with some reliable Wi-Fi. Let me know if my picture is more clear than you have seen me in months. I'm excited to be back, but I'm back in a very different way. And this is not about like, oh, a life reflection and like, oh, Hannah's such a different person now that she's like a digital nomad and back in Wisconsin. I really want to share with you behind the scenes of more of my life and what's really going on in my mind and my business and my reality right now. And pulling back the curtain is really uncomfortable. I posted a couple of weeks or days ago about like I've built this brand about, and I even like smile when I talk about this, but I built this brand on sunshine and blue skies and happy faces, and we all know that that isn't reality. And I have a very hard time deciphering what the line is between vulnerability and sharing with you guys like what's happening, what my challenges are, what Tiff, Mac, and I are having, and still being supportive and being a leader and, you know, presenting the brand that I really want to stand behind. But like I said, we know that there's so much more going on. So today is my vulnerable attempt at pulling some of that curtain away and sharing with you a story that has come back to mind of obviously, well, being here in Wisconsin, but also is having huge, huge implications in my business and your business. So listen up, because yes, I'm going to share with you a personal story. Hello, Angela. So glad to be here. I'm going to share with you a personal story. And I'm also going to relate this to like business strategy, okay? This is not just me out here chit-chatting for the heck of it. Yes, I'm getting my live legs back. It feels really good to be chatting with you guys back in the group live. But stick around, because I promise you this is going to be super critical for your business for the rest of the year, and I hope the rest of your life. So let's start at the beginning. Middle school, Hanna. God, what was the year? Like 2005, something like that. And my school has a huge presidential campaign and election. So if you want to be class president in my middle school, you go through really like a real election. We have speeches, we have primaries, the whole school votes multiple times. There's a couple of weeks of campaigning where candidates get narrowed down and we get more speeches. And then actually the whole school acts as though they're electoral colleges. So every student in the school gets assigned a state, and they have to learn about that state, and they have to cast their ballot within their state. It's cool. It's like a really amazing history and like social studies experiment. So 8th graders can choose to run for president. And as someone who knows that they can get stuff done, that was me. Okay, I'm such an achiever. I love getting A's. I am able to like socialize and like help other people get things done. And I really did care about my classmates. Like so much of what was true then is still true now, that I get stuff done, I'm organized, I'm type A, and I love helping other people just enjoy life. And I knew that as MMS, Milton Middle School class president, I needed to run because I had so many of the skills. And also I was afraid of what would happen if some of my peers were elected. So sure enough, I show up as myself in our first round of speeches. And I quote my idols at the time, who were Oprah Winfrey and Martin Luther King. And I'm talking about how we need leadership and how I'm not standing up here telling you exactly what we're going to do. I'm going to listen to the people and, you know, be a president that's not just for myself, but it's for you all. And my dad helped me write the speech, so it was pretty punchy, pretty powerful. And, you know, other kids are getting up there just, we need more candy, we need music in the halls, we should have more recess. And so I felt like, oh my gosh, like I was kind of embarrassed that first round of speeches. Like I'm up here like talking about social change and citing MLK, and I just bored everyone. So, you know, that's all right. I'll just like be on student council and I'll still like contribute to the school as I can. Well, after the primary elections, the results came back. And there was like 12 eighth graders that gave this first round of speeches, all of them much more light and middle school like than my speech. And so the results come back and they announce it over the PA. We're all sitting in homeroom, and three people were going to campaign for another couple of weeks. They'd go to the big election and one of those people would become president. So the first announced candidate, of course, the cute girl. You know, her name is Margot. She might even be in this group. I don't know. She was a friend, and she's a pretty girl, and she had blonde hair, and she was very just, the boys liked her in middle school. And then, all right, cool, good for Margot. Number 2, the middle school football jock, who was running on inside jokes made by the football team. So obviously they weren't funny. And a small fraction of the student body understood what he was talking about, yet he still won. Yeah, I think, based on popularity, maybe some intimidation factor, but he won the first round and was in the third round. And I thought, yeah, I really just made a fool of myself. So cool, these popular kids, whatever. And then I was the last one. I made it through primaries. And so I quickly got wrapped into choosing my campaign manager, ordering stickers. My mom's garage turned into this poster-making frenzy, and I was having friends coming over, and I was asking everyone else, like, what should my slogan be? What's the kitschy thing? It's like that quickly. I moved from citing MLK and wanting to be a leader that listened to the student body to okay, razzle dazzle. Like, let's bejewel every button we can find. Let's get people over here. I remember asking my brother, who was like 8 at the time. I was like, Jake, what should my slogan be? No one's thinking of anything good. Like, you're cute and creative. And he's like, maybe you should say, bananas are good for you, and so is Hanna. And I was like, yes, put it on a poster. Let's go. Like, things that had nothing to do with what I was doing. And then I elected a campaign manager who was super creative, and I was like, great, Tori, you can help us, like, get the word out, make sure my face is all over. And he was like, yes, we're going to get your face all over. And he literally, with my help and my family's help, made t-shirts with my brace face. Literally, students were walking around the middle school with my face, and I think we ended up saying, like, vote for Herm, like, whatever. So here I was, literally all over the middle school. And of course there was like slandering and bullying and like all this crap that went along with it. And partway through this convention, this campaign, I remember riding in the car with my dad and talking to him about like, oh my God, like I just have a pit in my stomach. This is like so uncomfortable. Hi, Don. I'm telling vulnerable stories. Welcome. And I was like, my face is literally everywhere, and people are seeing me, and this is scary, and I don't know what I got myself into. I don't even know what my campaign slogan means, and oh my gosh, I was just having a little bit of a panic attack. And he was like, kiddo, you are an introvert, and you're functioning as an extrovert, and you're gonna have to be careful with that. So here I was, preteen Hanna, realizing that as much as I wanted to be a leader and make an impact and help other people, it was that I really couldn't sustain that sort of external, putting myself out there, organizing people, seeing my face on t-shirts, you guys. It was like a bit of a nightmare. So I kind of dialed things down, and I decided, I'm going to go back to what I talked about and what I stood for in my first speech when I was writing my second speech. And the other thing I did is I talked to 7th graders. So I was getting sick of like everyone posting stuff and the 8th graders getting all like bully-like. And I was like, you know what? There's this whole other section of the school that's going to vote, and there's 7th graders. And so I stopped posting stickers and bedazzling buttons, and I went and I talked to other students. And that felt so much better. And like, yeah, they probably like wore stickers of other people, but like they got to know me, and I got to know, like, again, this is how I wanted to be. I wanted to be a listening leader. So anyway, drama aside, the big day comes. It is a fall Friday. I wear my skirt. Like, I was just gonna wear my traditional skirt and my brown t-shirt and straighten my hair. And the football player has his jersey on and he's pumping people up. He's got his face painted, and the pretty girl has a tight tank top and her hair is all gorgeous, and we show up for our convention and we give our final speeches, and we all stayed pretty true. I again gave some really hard-hitting inspiration, and again talked about historical figures and the great moment we had in our middle school to make a big decision and change the world in this presidential election. And the votes kept rolling in, and you guys, I can't even make this like a suspenseful story because I won by a lot. And so the rest of the year, then I was the president, and then in high school I was reelected president over and over, and I didn't do the whole campaigning thing. No one wore my t-shirts after that. But I had established myself as a leader, and it came from those conversations I had with people. It came from a conversation, a speech that revealed what I really cared about. And yes, I got caught up in the bedazzle and the campaigning, but I am so grateful for that car ride with my dad and him telling me, you're an introvert, Hannah, and you're operating as an extrovert, and you've got to be careful with that. So throughout my adult life now, I've known that I'm an introvert. I love alone time. I love working from bed if I can. I don't even like going to the mall. Like, I don't even like shopping. I just really like quiet time. I like being with myself. And of course, like, I also love being around other people because that aligns with my mission to like help other people enjoy life and impact and inspire and empower others. But I've been really selective in how I've done that. So back when I was a college advisor, I quickly realized that I couldn't talk to students every half an hour. And so I had to change and, integrate more yoga into my life. And I feel like I have been okay at balancing this reality that I'm a huge introvert that's operating like an extrovert. However, over the past few months, in the digital nomad lifestyle that a lot of you guys have been seeing, I have let go of so much of what I know to be true. And I've gotten caught back up in putting my t-shirt out there and putting my face all over and hustling. And what it really comes down to, and what happened in 8th grade the same way, is that I'm comparing to the way that other people are running their life, running their business, traveling. Maybe you guys can relate. And it's so easy now to be online and be chasing like, yeah, I'm going to be a 6-figure coach. I'm going to be on the Forbes Coaches Council. I'm going to get a speaking gig. I'm going to do all these things. I'm going to retire my partner. I'm going to go traveling. And like that achievement personality inside of me. Remember I told you in 8th grade, I was like, well, yeah, I can get stuff done. That's still true. But when it comes at a cost of everything else, when I have that pit in my stomach, when I have to have a heart-to-heart with my dad about like, why isn't this fun anymore? How did this get so out of control? I know that I have to go back and respect my introvertedness. And so what I found myself doing recently, just like in 8th grade, was, okay, everyone else is chasing these goals. I'm going to put them on my vision board. And you guys, guess what? It's not that hard. Like, you don't have to, like, here I am, small town Wisconsin girl, like 26 years old, and like you can be a Forbes coach, you can be a 6-figure entrepreneur, you can retire your partner, you can do all these things, but like, what is it for? What is it for? What is the smoke and mirrors and stickers and campaign for? And what I realized is that it wasn't actually about my mission anymore. And the chasing I was doing and the hustling and the delegating and the grow mentality I had was so out of alignment with what I really wanted. And so what I'm encouraging you all to do, and how this is going to impact the rest of your business for the year, is I want you to dial it back. And if you have been hanging around here long enough, I'm all about the social media detox. Like, if you're not doing it, just go do that now and come back later. But I really want you to take some time this week. It's Monday. We've got fresh intentions. The season is changing. And it's time to get clear on what you actually want. Do you want to work from home and have 2 clients that you love and earn enough money to replace your teacher income? Like, that is amazing. Let's do that. It's so possible. Or do you want to be on a TED stage and only focus on speaking? Do that. You can do that. And I'm all about, and I'm coming back to this acronym that I have preached for a long time, but have been getting lost in. And that acronym is FOCUS. Focus. Focus on one course until success. Okay, if you spell that out, it's like FOC, whatever. But focusing on one course until success. So I, and also some of my clients this season, I think summer also gives us a lot of this like anxiety of like all the things, be out and about, doing, growing, giving. So what we get confused about a lot is diversifying our offers. So let's say you have a course right now. Like, amazing, have a course. You do not also need to have one-on-one coaching and also an affiliate marketing program and also a speaking calendar full for the next year. Like, as entrepreneurs today, we've got to remember to keep it simple. KISS, okay, that's another one of those acronyms, KISS. And so focus on one thing. Have one offer for the rest of the year. Focus on that. Make it amazing. Enroll only the best people. And know that you have the rest of your life, the rest of your 8th grade year to accomplish so many other things. Because when we know that where our energy goes, that's where we get the most impact, right? So if you can focus a lot of energy on one amazing outcome that's going to support the lifestyle that you want, be there, be all in. I was dabbling in 15 different projects and I was managing multiple people all over on my team and I was trying to do it in like 2 hours a day. Okay, that's like no focus at all. And so now what I'm doing, I'm like here, obviously I have more just like quiet time. I'm by myself. Mac is with his family. That's great and good. I'm here. My folks are working. And so I've dialed it back and I've gotten clear again on that. I want to do one thing well. And it's so possible these days to choose one thing, do it well, and have the life of your dreams. So what we're going to be focusing on for the rest of this month, November is like my favorite month, just so you know. Get ready for it. And I'm back and I'm energized and I'm taking care of my introvertedness. So you guys are going to be getting just enough of me again. But really focusing on choosing one thing that you want to crush in these next 2 months. Because once you choose that, the universe will hear, okay, you are decided, you have killed off all of the other distractions, and you're going to be moving forward with one amazing offer, one clear intention. And remember that this is not like your life sentence. This is not like, oh my God, I hate my business if it's never going to evolve. Like, not at all what I'm talking about. I'm just talking to you about getting back to the basics in your life and your business. And a really great way to do this, if you're like, like that's overwhelming. It's overwhelming to pick one thing. I want to answer a question that I get on the weekly. I won't say daily because honestly, I'm not even online every single day. But every single one of my clients has asked me this. I get asked this on almost every panel I'm on. I see this all over. And the question is, how do you schedule everything? Like your content calendar and your travel and like just what does your calendar look like? And how are you producing content on multiple platforms and having it be consistent? And I never answer that question directly because my content calendar, the way that I schedule my life and my business and my team, has nothing to do with how you're going to schedule yours. And this is another thing. We want a cookie cutter from other coaches. We want to do it exactly how other entrepreneurs are doing it. But like, is that, for what? For what? You know, you have the freedom to do it anyway. Why are you putting yourself in a box of how someone else is doing it? So I always circle that question back to the person asking me. And I ask them, well, what are your goals? How many blogs do you want to produce each month? Do you want to be on podcasts? Do you like talking? Do you have a Facebook group? Do you want to be in there? Okay. And you make a list of all of the places you want to be showing up. And then on top of that, like priority is all the roles that you're playing in your life. So first start out with a list, like whether it's a month or a year or a week that you want to organize. For me, it's a month. and I go, okay, I have 4 podcasts I need to record for my show. I want to be on 2 other podcasts. I have 2 blogs to write, and I want to reach out to 1 influencer for a collaboration. Okay, great. Keep that there. And then above that, I am a partner. I am an athlete. I like to be active, and I want to be sure that working out is in my schedule. I am a leader, so I also need to be checking in with my team and organizing them. I'm also a daughter and a family member. So start with those roles, like the person that you're showing up as this month. And then after that, it's the tasks, it's the content. And then what I do, and I'm working on this today for November, I'm excited, is I'm using gel pens because I'm back where I have like color-coded things. I'm such a sucker for school supplies. Anyone else? So I'm going to lay out, like, in color-codedness, I'm going to write in times that I'm working on each of my roles, and then into the nooks and crannies after I have my life and my activities and my roles and, like, the people I'm going to show up for in my calendar this month. Then I'm going to go in and see, all right, I know I'm going to write 2 blogs this month. Where do they go? Put a little asterisk on your calendar. And for me, I don't time block so much anymore. I just kind of give myself deadlines because I do like having a way more flexible life than I used to. I used to have like hour by hour, what am I working on? Who am I talking to? And when it comes to content creation now, it's much more flexible. I just give myself deadlines, and they're going to be on this color-coded calendar in a little bit. I'll post a picture so you guys can see. And let me know what questions you have as far as how do you choose one thing to focus on? How do you block out the glitz and the glam and rip your t-shirt off of everyone else that is walking around and, maybe overwhelming you? Because also that leads to expectations, right? When you see other people seeing you and you've built up a brand, or you think you need to be a 6-figure coach and you think other people are looking at you, like, we've got to turn that off and get back to how do you want to live your month? Like, what are the things that you want to prioritize? And I'm telling you, your mission, your month does not need to be Oprah worthy. That's something I've been telling myself too. Like, it's okay to be simple. It's okay to just enjoy the little things and not constantly be chasing the next stage, the next feature. What is it for? What is it for? But if you can look at your life or your month and know that you have got a ton of things that you enjoy, you're showing up for people that you care about, and you've got productivity penciled in, and you know that you've got deadlines and things you're working towards, all for one common goal. Again, whether that's selling your course and selling your one-on-one clients, launching your podcast, like, let's focus on one thing. We've got 2 months and we can crush it, you guys. So thank you for listening to my middle school-ness. I probably could show you pictures. Like I said, like, some of these around me are from my childhood, but that's not the point today. I'm going to be showing you pictures of how we're going to move forward in our life with simplicity. And I know people love that alignment word, but really I think it's just about, like, following the joy. Follow what lights you up. If you're an introvert, make sure you've got alone time in your grid. If you're an extrovert, like, get out there and share your one focus for the next 2 months. And I'm going to be coming back this week, since I do feel recharged and have wonderful Wi-Fi, with more trainings to help you really identify what is the joy in your business and how do you amplify that. Does that sound good, you guys? All right. Drop your questions. Let me know if you're watching. I am working with my gel pens, and I will talk to you all soon. Dream life is real life, friends. Enjoy it.